that's so dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous.
You're the Nicki Minaj of stand-up. I've always said that about you. You should call your album Anaconda.
Anaconda do.
Yeah. Speaking of which, your album's coming out soon.
Oh, what's going on?
We're doing a podcast. We're absolutely recording.
Already?
Surprise.
Yeah. I like to catch people off guard and do a quick Nicki Minaj reference off the top.
It is. Is this for real?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, hello.
I produced your album. It's very good and it's coming out soon.
I don't know what the date is anymore because it's October, the month of October.
Okay. That's coming up.
I'm not checking my emails right now because I don't want to deal with it.
I feel you. I feel that in my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really, in the mornings, I get this dreadful feeling about my emails lately.
Oh, yeah.
It's really stressful. Do you think just everybody's feeling that way?
Yeah.
It's like do you think because there's just very little enjoyment happening, so we're just all just like working on stuff and it's just no fun?
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, like right now I'm having a hard time like keeping my house clean and like specifically like my fridge. Here's an analogy.
Please give me an analogy.
So I will sometimes like hold off on checking my emails, but I liken that to like leaving food is rotting in the fridge, like leaving it in there instead of dealing with it. And it gets worse and worse the more, but you know that you can just leave it and not open it.
Yeah.
But as soon as you do, it's going to be worse the longer you wait.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about my emails.
Yeah, and
it's
email
rotting food in the fridge.
Yeah.
From our friends is like rotting milk. Just throw it out. But see, I didn't do a good analogy there. I said I like analogies, and then I did a bad one.
You were like full of analogies the last episode.
I was so good with analogies the other day. Let me tell you what happened right before you got here is that my girlfriend called and told me about a really sad story about a cat dying. And then I was like, because I like to psych myself up to have fun on these things. And literally like right before you got here, I was like, you heard me. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah. It's so sad.
We need some like before we do the episode like prep time,
like jump around and
right.
Yeah,
like
just
last time we were like in a bad mood.
Oh yeah, we were
last episode we were like mad.
We were both.
Who was your guest?
It was cranky.
John
Cullen and Becca, his girlfriend, and then I like did the ultimate faux pas because I produced his album and he has a bit about how his girlfriend is an athlete. And I'm like, Becca, you're an athlete? And she's like, that's actually his ex-girlfriend. And I was like, oh, sorry for asking about that. And then internally the whole episode was like, fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I was editing that episode this morning and I could like see it in your face. And that was my hype up.
I blew it, Randee. Yeah. Oh yeah. Your hype up was me just blowing
just
it.
Watching you internally like, oh God, what have I done?
I just was thinking about their car ride home.
Oh,
but he's devoid of emotion in some way, so I think it probably was okay.
He's gonna hear this and be like, "What the hell?"
True, no, I like that about him because he was like, "Ah, it's my ex-girlfriend. It's fine." So anyway, let's talk about baseball players I pissed off on Twitter. That's all he does.
It's funny. He has a joke about how he hates spin class, and it's like he went to the same spin class as me regularly. I saw him there.
Spin class. He's very good at spin class.
He bought a Peloton bike.
Yeah, they talked about that on the.
I'm jealous. Honestly,
I want some cardio workout equipment from my apartment.
Yeah.
I helped this woman. Oh my God, this woman who lives across the hall from me. She's a substitute teacher. And she has an ongoing drinking contest with me where we'll just see each other carrying like empties out. And she'll be like, beat you this week. And I'll be like, I don't know, Gladys. But she was like, hey, I ordered a treadmill because the other treadmill I got won't fit my apartment. Would you mind bringing the treadmill downstairs and then bringing the other one upstairs when it gets here? And I was like, okay. So heavy. No elevator.
Yeah.
So I go out into the hallway the next day. There's a treadmill there. I'm like, I guess this is the one I'm supposed to bring downstairs. So I bring it downstairs and then she knocks on my door. She's like, oh, that was the one I'm keeping.
Oh, no.
Can you bring it upstairs? So I ended up doing it like 6 times.
Oh God.
Yeah. But then she gave me a 6-pack of mismatched types of beer, which now I believe she is the winner of the drinking contest.
Oh, I like how you can do that. Liquor stores now, they have like a ring and you can just
that is
select
cool.
and then put them in the ring. I don't know. They do that at Jake's.
I haven't seen that, but I should go there. I should do that.
Wait, what?
I saw someone do it. I haven't done it. So I'm like, I was just watching them like, oh.
I'm so like timid in any stores, like liquor stores right now during this COVID situation. I feel like I should just go in and like do the bare minimum of like what needs to be done in the store and like get the hell out of there because I know they don't want me there. The staff.
Yeah. I mean, the liquor store in front of my place, you walk in, you point at things, they get it for you, they take it, but they don't know what I'm talking about a lot. Ola and I went to a liquor store yesterday and he was trying to order this whiskey and the guy kept grabbing the wrong thing. He's like, no, man, wrong one. I'm pointing right at it. Like when you've made Ola upset, you're fucking up. Yeah. Yeah. I love that we talked about your album for like 1 second.
Oh, I was just going to bring up your tweet about the liquor store because we live literally a block away from each other. Yeah. And it's like, sometimes you'll go to one liquor store, get booze, and then you'll be like, well, I can just go to the other one.
We're actually in the middle of 3 liquor stores because there's the one right in front of me. There's the one on Granville, and then there's the Fairview one on the other side.
Yeah, I forgot about Fairview.
If you just alternate every day, it'll be at least 3 days before they see you again, and you don't look like you have a problem.
Oh God, I only have the one near me and they all know my name and they're like, oh, hey. And like, there have been a few times on weekends where it's like twice in one day. It's not just for me, but like, then it's not a great feeling because it's the same staff working.
I get you. I'm friends with people on Facebook from the liquor store.
Which one?
The punk rock girl.
Oh, yeah. I just saw her yesterday and I was like, she was walking in a different direction. I was like, she must have moved.
She moved to 12th.
Oh, yes. I was right.
It's our neighborhood.
My liquor store has a punk rock girl too.
Oh, really?
Wonder if it's the same girl.
Oh, I wonder.
She's got a shaved head.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
She has bangs and she kind of does like jokery type makeup.
Yeah. And she loves no effects. So we always talk about like skate punk. She's really nice. And then there's a guy in there. His name's Matt, and he loves old movies and wrestling. So I'm friends with him.
Is he like the manager?
I think so.
He like once was at a comedy show and heckled me.
No.
Yeah, but not in a bad way. In like in a
helpful way. I'm just helping.
Supportive way, I think.
I'm just going to ruin your punchline real quick. And I'm helping.
It was when I used to do the open mic at 12 Kings, so it really doesn't matter.
Not going there anymore for some reason?
No, I'm not.
Wow.
I'm surprised that place is still open.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's a booked show now.
It is?
Yeah, I guess so.
Me and Alexi had a bad experience there once.
Oh, really?
We did.
Can you tell it?
It was maybe the worst service I've ever gotten. And we had to be back in the Biltmore to film a second comedy show.
Mm-hmm. So we were like setting up for like, can we even say whose show it was?
It was Simon King's
comedy special. And we set up everything. And then we went for dinner, and everybody else, the crew, they're like, we're going to go to this place. We're going to go to that place. We're like, we're going to be smart. We're going to go upstairs from the Biltmore to 12 Kings. It'll be the fastest. We'll be in and out. It'll be great.
Yeah.
We'll eat our meal. We'll come back and we'll be able to hang out. And we waited like for so long for the server to even like come and take our order.
25 minutes till she even acknowledged us.
Oh no.
And you were a server. You know how bad that is.
Oh yeah, I'm like on your dick as soon as you get there.
Yeah.
And then there was like another server that came and actually took our food order, but then she was going to pass off this order to our server.
Yeah.
And a bunch of time goes by after we place our order, and our server comes and she's like, yeah, so the other server handed me your order and I threw it in the garbage. Would you guys want again? And at this point, it's like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And we gotta go back.
And I have anxiety problems on the best of days.
Yeah.
So it was wild. They didn't like us. I don't understand why.
Was it busy?
Nope.
No.
There was a UFC fight happening, but it was like it wasn't that busy.
Yeah, that's like when it's UFC, like all the tables been sitting there forever, so you're like hardly serving them.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like beer runs, I guess. When you were a server, did you must have had some like assholes come in that are just obliterated.
Oh, yeah. Well, I worked at the Boston Pizza by South Granville. So, like, I remember once this woman came in with her husband. They were obviously rich and just came in because we were open late.
Yeah.
And she was so drunk. She was like hardly dressed, you know? Like,
oh, no.
Like, you know when someone's in their pajamas and you're like, I can see everything.
Yeah.
And she was just like, not there.
Oh no.
But yeah, there's lots of times though it's fun to burn drunk people.
And they don't notice.
So, yeah, they don't notice.
That was actually your entry
that.
into stand-up, was just like smashing drunk people at Boston Pizza.
I don't know. I had an older brother. You have to burn him.
Oh,
know
yeah.
How to burn
Older
them.
brothers got to get burned.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the name of the episode.
Older brothers gotta get burned. What about younger brothers?
Younger brothers definitely got to get burned.
I have a younger brother.
Yeah.
Oh.
I used to
Burn his ass.
I didn't even burn him because I was bigger than him, and I used to just like pin him down and like pin down his arms and legs and tickle him, and he couldn't get out.
Did you shoot him with that expensive paintball gun that you stole? I just found out she was a klepto when she was a teenager.
I need to clarify like a
Love
bit
it.
of like a redemption.
You're just
moment
impressing Randy right
No,
now.
I
You
used
really,
to steal a lot
yeah,
too.
exactly.
Oh,
I like literally stole a block of cheese recently.
Recently,
I did that too. I need to clarify a few things because I feel bad about it, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm like a terrible person. This is a really big store that I still can't name. I'm not going to name it because
Okay.
they're going to be able to catch me. But it
how
was
will
a big,
Costco ever recover?
I know. Well, it's all in bulk.
Yeah.
And I was pretty young. I was like 13. It was like that, like, you know, that
It's
movie
fine,
13.
Alexi. You could be a creep when you're 13.
It's
That's
okay.
fine. She like Ocean's 11, whatever this store is, and found out when security switched over and stuff.
So we'd go in twice. We'd go in like once with like all of like the staff from that moment, and then they'd all switch shifts, and we'd go in again after
It's a criminal mastermind.
That's smart.
in the same day.
See, you've always been motivated. Just for different
I got
things.
goals.
I like that you stole a paintball gun. That's insane. That's a big get.
Yeah, that is big.
It was pretty crazy. I don't know how we did it. And then my friends tried it. They tried to replicate the crime, and they didn't do it well, and they like almost got caught.
Almost.
But then you know what I did? They called me after the failed heist.
You're like, Alexi, where did we go wrong?
Well, they were just like, what are we gonna do? Like, and they came over to my house and they were freaking out because they almost got caught. Right? It's like
you have blueprints of the store out on the table. You're like, here's where you went wrong.
they came down to my lair and we hashed it out. But
Wow.
So I'm like, you know, I think they like tried to get back into the store, and there was like a person working there, and they're like, you can't come in.
That's it?
Well, they were like, you can't come back in. If you come back in, like you're basically banned, because they didn't actually take the paintball gun. They just put it in a bag.
Like
And
it was a paintball gun again. They needed it so they could fight back against you.
Yeah. I'm just sniping people in high school.
Yeah.
Why do you need the paintball gun?
I didn't even
just
ever
wanted
do
it.
paintball. I don't know why.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the stakes went higher each time you did it, because weren't you stealing clothing for a while, and then
Clothing and makeup,
and then you weren't even doing it for yourself
Yeah.
anymore because it was so easy. You're just like, I don't know, you want this? What are you, size 10? Have it.
Yeah.
Like you're just stealing it for the thrill of stealing it. So I think the paintball gun was probably the holy grail because it's so ridiculously bulky and big. Like the next step up from that is like stealing a lawnmower or something like that. Like it's just so huge, and it was probably behind glass casing. Like, I don't even know how you did it.
I don't. It was like in like a plastic like container. My friend and I walked around. One of the friends that was in the failed heist, he was with me first, and we walked around.
Did he learn nothing?
I think he was. It was so bad, but we were pretty young. Yeah, I don't know. It should have been behind like glass, but it wasn't for whatever
I bet
reason.
it was after that. What did you used to steal?
I used to steal makeup, hair clips. I did steal some clothes.
Yeah.
Once I made my mom steal a gingerbread house making set for me.
Wow.
Because like I was working at a grocery store as like a cashier, and I was like in high school, and my mom goes through with her groceries, and then I just like was like, putting this in your groceries, and she went, okay.
I love that.
Wow.
Mom. My mom, after that episode where I talked about my habits, she texted me. She's like, you shouldn't say that. You should be taking that out.
Well, I guess, but it's like, is like a future job really gonna listen to all the podcasts you've ever been on?
No.
You know?
We're on like podcast episode number like 81 or something at this point.
That'd be
It's a really
job.
thorough screening process.
Honestly.
Armory Studios. Oh man, I love that your mom didn't even fight you on it. She's like, and then what if she got a taste for it? She's like, this shit's easy. Let's go back in there.
It would actually be so easy if your mom just went through every time and you just had all your stuff like on the side ready to stick in her groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
honestly.
she just like played like oblivious.
Mm-hmm. She says though, she's like, I didn't do that. And I'm like, you literally watched me do it.
Maybe she thought that you paid for it and then you were just putting it so she would carry it.
Oh, that's possible.
Maybe. She didn't realize the
thought
depth of
you
it.
paid for it with your allowance. You're 11 years old.
I love it.
That's great. So you stole makeup and clothing. Was it for the thrill of it, like Alexi over here, or was it just like, oh, I want that stuff? Did you ever get caught?
No, I've never been caught. Though once a lady was like following me around and making like comments at me.
No.
And so I literally just put it back and then was like, she can't get me because I took it out. Because I was wearing like a hoodie with a front pocket and I was stealing. This is around the time when everyone had eating disorders. So I was stealing like caffeine pills.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
that's nice.
in my pocket. And then she knew. She saw like my hands with the bulge. But I eventually stole them anyways at another time. So
I feel like I also took caffeine pills.
yeah. Though I don't think caffeine pills do shit.
Oh, no, I mean, like,
you know.
I stole them. I don't even think I ate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like caffeine just makes me hungrier.
Yeah.
I feel that way too. Yeah.
I did some kind of like, I took some kind of like focus.
Adderall?
It was something like that. And I was like, this is going to be nuts. I'm going to be really wild on the podcast. And it made me just think I have ADHD because I was so boring and had no charisma or personality. And it was like, oh, maybe I have a problem. Because that slowed me down. It made me more boring.
Well, like, I think that's kind of the idea with it too, where you're not like supposed to take it if you like don't have ADHD, or like you will just get like super hype and like want to study all the time. But if you like do actually have ADHD, it just makes you like slow
study all
down
the
and
time.
like just
I
You're like,
just
I don't go to
want to
school, but I
study
need
all
to
the time.
study.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
love to study.
Love studying. I'm sick of studying right now. I've just been editing all the time. I'm tired of it. I want to do like anything else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, honestly.
Yeah. I've never taken Adderall.
Yeah.
I have done speed though, but
What did that do
I think
to
we
you?
talked about that on the last time I was on the podcast though.
Well, it's a wonderful topic that
it
people
didn't
need
do
to hear about.
anything. Like it felt like 6 hours. Like 6 hours had gone by, and it literally felt like half an hour had gone by. It was really weird.
If you just want to get your life over with, do speed.
Yeah,
Hurry up.
basically.
Just get it over
We're gonna
with.
get out of here.
Yeah. That's like
I
that.
want to come back as a horse.
It's like that Hannibal Buress joke where he's like, he says he hates when people say I'm just taking things one day at a time. He's like, it's like, so is everybody. That's how time works.
Yeah.
What are you doing it 1 week at a time? How do you do that? I want to do that. Get this shit over with.
That is good.
I love it.
You ever been in trouble with the police, Randee?
Yeah, but like for a dumb reason.
Love it.
So I used to live really close to a river,
Yeah.
and me and my friend went down. I was in 8th grade. We went down to the river, and this is when it was probably like March, and the river had frozen over, but there were all these like ice things sticking up.
Whoa.
So we were pretending we were Buffy, and we were like kicking
Sick.
the ice things, and we just kept getting further and further out into the river. And so we were like literally a quarter of way in, and we were like, well, we're already on the river. We may as well just go downtown and walk across the river.
Whoa, that's so dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous. So we walked across and plus
That's
it was
how
like spring.
teenagers die.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of thinking.
Because it's like you like go under and you're just gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gone. So we walked across, and then we like went to we went and told, like, I don't know how this is with my friend, her mom, I don't know how her mom was there, but we told her mom, and her mom was just like, oh, cool, I'll buy she's like, I'll buy you snacks for the walk back.
No. What
my God.
What a dumb mom.
Yeah, yes. Okay, so she bought us snacks. Like, I remember, like, beef jerky. And so like we I think we even visited her dad too, and then we're like, okay,
He's like, oh cool, you need some beers?
Yeah. So we're walking back, and I guess people saw us. People were driving across on the bridge, and they saw us. And so they called the police, and so we are almost to the other, like, back again, and the police are there. And they're like mad at us. And I'm mad. My friend Ryan is really, like, chill. She's like, whatever. I'm mad. Like, I'm like so mad that these police are putting me in the back of their car.
Oh no.
So I'm like,
how old were you?
I was like 14.
Jeez.
But so they bring us to my parents' house, and the police are like, so, like, do you know what your daughter is up to? And my parents are really like, my parents are not people who give a shit about
authority.
Yeah.
And lots of things.
Like
And
how your mom stole that gingerbread house that time.
They're just
Her
kind of
idea.
like nonchalant.
Yeah.
And so my mom was just like, oh yeah, because when we had walked across the river, I called my mom and I was like, hey mom, I walked across the river. She didn't believe me.
She's like, yeah, right. Do it again. Prove it.
Yeah. So we got dropped off, and my mom was like, I didn't get in trouble.
She was like, wow.
She was literally just like,
cool.
I didn't think you actually did it. But like,
God.
I was crying. Like, I was so mad that the police could think that they could just put me in the back of their cop car for this dumb reason.
I love that that's how you handled it, because as a 14, I would have just been scared and guilty feeling, and you're like, no, that's not fair. Fuck you.
I love it.
You're still like that.
I definitely can relate.
That's crazy. I like thinking about you getting home, like, back of a cop car, and your mom being like, shit, I'm impressed. I thought you were full of shit about walking across the ice pond, but guess I was wrong.
You're a
Hey,
badass.
you're kind of a badass, Randee. I could learn a few things from you. Let's go shopping.
My dad
man.
just thought it was funny. Like, he was just like, haha. What?
Wow.
Oh man.
So another thing that you and I share from our past, just the garbage man, don't worry about that guy, is we both worked at movie theaters.
Oh, yes.
And you were shift supervisor.
Yeah.
So you bossed everybody around, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the weird thing about being a shift supervisor is I was only like, most of the employees were 16 to 14. Whoa.
Somebody's on the roof.
Whoa. Why?
Just great timing, by the way. For
perfect.
Yeah. Are you sure that's the garbage man out there?
Yeah. It's the Pookie Man. It's Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah,
You
you-
know that?
Oh, no.
great reference.
But so I think I was around 21, or I was 18 to 20, somewhere around there, when I got to be shift supervisor.
Mhm.
And all the people who worked below me were 14 to 16.
Oh, hell yeah.
So there were the ones who hated me, and then there were the ones who were like my like loved me. It was divided.
Oh, really?
Because I was chill, but I was like, you have to do your work. But people who were friends with me didn't want to do their work because they were like, we're friends.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, and I would lock them outside the theater.
Really?
if
For
they
not
didn't-
doing their work as punishment?
Yeah, I would just be like, okay, your shift's over. You're locked outside.
You're like, you know what? You stand outside in
that.
that Star Trek
love
uniform and
it.
you think about what you did.
Basically. But so when I was shift supervisor, there was this metal bar on the railing that kept falling out.
Mhm.
And so one day, like, I was like, oh, like, one of the boys who was like one of my favorites, he was like, I'm going to play baseball with ice. And I was like, okay, cool. And so, like,
You're like, ice. You ever walk across a frozen pond before?
yeah. So, like, people are throwing ice and like hitting it like it's a baseball. and then we realized that it got dented, and it will not fit back into the railing. So we have this great idea. We're gonna pretend it got stolen.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
So he goes and he puts it in the dumpster. And then we just told my manager that it got stolen. But yeah.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Yeah.
Working at a movie theater is so weird because I worked at one when I was 16 and I was the door guy. And so I had to kick out people older than me from my high school all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think you would probably enjoy that kind of authority.
That scares me.
Sucks. This sucks. These guys are dickheads.
It's like a surefire way to get beaten up.
Just like make it even more unpleasant at high school than it already was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
High school is ridiculous when you think about how it's like now if you don't like somebody, it's like, well, I just won't see them.
Yeah.
High school, all the people you don't like are all in one place, in one room with you all day long, every day. It's awful.
That's true.
I hated high school.
Yeah, me too.
Were you good at it? I barely passed.
I was like one of those kids whose parents didn't care about grades. So
damn it. So lucky.
I really just put in the minimum amount of effort to get average grades. And that was, that was what I'm
so jealous.
Like for so you know how you have to get like at least a certain percent on your like final test to pass. I cheated off someone in chem. That's the only reason I passed everything because chem was like the hardest for me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Chem was hard.
It's really hard.
It seems like it's going to be fun. And then there's all these numbers.
I took like physics. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, I can't. I'm not smart enough for that stuff.
There's a fly right here.
Cool. He's just chilling.
Me.
That's our fan. That's our audience. It's our one fly audience.
I took physics and I had this really cool teacher named Mr. Alexis. And
does he own a car dealership?
He was great. He was,
like,
he
I
was
just
so
like to
funny.
moonlight teaching high school on the side of my other business.
He was a big fan of Hello Kitty, and I just never paid attention in class. But during every test, I would just draw a Hello Kitty on my test instead of actually doing it.
Yeah.
And he would pass me.
He'd grade the drawing instead of the test.
Yeah.
He'd be like, this is a great Choco Cat, A+.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's great.
That's like we would get. So my chemistry teacher was obsessed with Sigourney Weaver. So he would put like bonus questions about Sigourney Weaver on the test.
It's like multiple choice. It's like Sigourney Weaver was hottest in Alien, Aliens, or Alien 3.
Yeah.
Bonus points if you know which movie she shaved her head for.
Third one.
A+, Randee.
But I have something. Okay, so my chemistry teacher was obsessed with my friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
was it Sigourney Weaver?
No.
Well, they had the same vibe. Like
Whoa,
they had the same
okay.
vibe actually, looks wise. So he has a type, but she was like how old? And he was like in his 40s, and he made her a mixed CD.
Oh no!
Was it the Alien theme song from all the movies?
No.
What was on the CD?
I can't remember, but
My Chemical Romance.
He also wrote her a letter.
What did it say?
I can't remember, but her boyfriend read it. Do you remember Will Ferrell's impression of Harry Carey?
Yeah.
He read the letter like Harry
did?
Carey.
Did you know the moon is made of spare ribs?
Oh dear. Oh no.
Did he do it like this?
Yeah.
Wow. That guy sounds funny.
Yeah.
Your friend's boyfriend sounds hilarious. If you could do a Harry Carey impression, grade 9 or whatever.
Yeah. Any guy in high school who could quote things or do impressions was like the funniest person.
Still.
Oh yeah.
Still that way.
Oh, definitely.
They don't have guys like that anymore though. Like no guys are ever like
I think that's my whole
things
life.
to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never get super funny guys anymore.
Yeah. And you're in the Vancouver comedy scene too, so that's even sadder.
Well, I'm trying to date normal guys.
Good
now.
idea. Good idea. Dating artists is kind of annoying. In fact, it's super annoying.
It is, yes.
It's like if you like, because I'm a music producer, the times I've dated singers, it's just an expectation that I have to work on their thing for them.
Oh, really?
And it's, you know what I mean? Then you feel guilty working on your own thing when they're waiting, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not very fun.
I feel like I'm doing that to my boyfriend right now.
You're making him drum on your songs and stuff?
Yeah, well, he's a really good drummer just by chance. I didn't meet him through the music industry. I just happened to meet him. But he's a really great drummer. And I'm always like, when are you going to drum on my songs? Everything's set up. We live here. We got the whole thing. I need you. But I feel like I'm not.
He's like, babe, I'm streaming Call of Duty right now. Yeah. I'll get to it when I can.
Yeah, but like you're hotter than your boyfriend, so he should do it for you.
You hear that, Jeff?
Oh, Randee.
You hear that?
That's the kind of hot takes Randee supplies you with.
Like having you around. What a blessing.
It's like, you better get drumming. You better get drumming.
Yeah. You better get drumming.
Wow.
That's all you got, man.
I like, yesterday we were talking to Gina, and first of all, I realized that she reminds me so much of Owen Wilson.
Wow.
So much. And then because she was like talking.
Does that mean I get to be Vince Vaughn?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Because I told her something on her podcast and she went, wow. And I was like, that was exactly like her mouth did the same thing. I was like,
guess it does.
that was like Owen Wilson. And she's like, I think I am like Owen Wilson. And we were like, yeah, you kind of are. And she's like, I'm pretty relaxed. She's like, you're so relaxed.
She is.
Gina's like the most calming person to be around. But then I mentioned that I love Anthony Jeselnik, and she's like, that's like one of Randy's favorites.
Yeah, he was one of my favorites. I saw him. I don't want.
What?
I don't want him to know. But
I think lots of people see him at his shows.
I saw him perform like 2 years ago, and then I was just like, I didn't enjoy that. Like, and it was weird because like I listened to his albums and I'm like, that's good. Yeah. But it just felt weird. It was like, it's like he's gotten to a certain amount of fame that it's like he does a punchline and then he's like,
I think he's always done that, but at the beginning it was funny because he was nobody and so arrogant. So maybe that's what you don't like.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I love his first album. Like he's one of my favorites. Like his new special came out on my birthday and I waited till midnight to watch it. It's like, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Got a 6-pack. I was ready for it. I like on his first album, which is called Shakespeare.
Yes.
The artwork's just his face and it says Shakespeare.
I love it.
And then like he does a bit and then he'll just comment on how good the bit was like right after it. And then he does a joke and he's like 10 minutes in, CD's already gone gold. Like on his first album.
Yeah. See,
I love that.
I do like his like older stuff, but I don't know. There was just something off about, I don't know if it was that night or it was like, maybe it was because I was in this theater surrounded by fucking idiots. Like guys who were so drunk, they had to constantly get up and piss.
Will definitely ruin a show. I'm too hypervigilant about the people I'm around.
Yeah.
I went and saw Bill Burr the day after that show and a woman rushed the stage.
What?
And then he was like, do you not know who you came to see?
Why did she rush like in a good or bad way?
She was hammered and she was mad.
What?
Yeah.
Why? Exactly.
Yeah.
Why go see him then?
You know what's so funny is I've seen so many shows at the Vogue at JFL where the crowd is shit. And I'm so excited to see the comedians and the crowd are so annoying.
Yeah.
Like I saw, I think I've already told this story before, but I saw Dimitri Martin once and he just got heckled the whole time. And he got so mad that he just kept sitting on the ground until the person got thrown out.
I was there.
Oh, yeah?
I was there.
God.
You're the only person I know that.
He literally left the stage at one point and was like, I'm not coming back till that person's out.
Yeah. Remember he sat on the ground too at one point? And then do you remember? Oh my God. I didn't even know you yet. This is so crazy. The second guy to heckle was like a biker. I was literally the seat behind him and I feel so uncomfortable. And I was with Steve Bays and Steve Bays did this.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Remember he stood up and everyone was booing him?
It was like Gladiator.
Yeah. And the guy's wife was like, shut up. He's like, no, I'm enjoying this. He's like Andrew Dice Clay or something.
The usher's just like, this is Sparta.
Yeah.
It was so weird because it's like you're gonna heckle Dimitri Martin, who's like the quietest, like guy.
Yeah, childish thing.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like Dimitri Martin totally broke character, and then you can't recover.
No. It was weird. He couldn't recover.
Yeah.
It was like he ruined the show by being so upset.
Yeah.
that we were just kind of like, ooh.
Well, the first guy, I can't remember. He just like did some stupid heckle, and then Dimitri Martin was like made him leave. And then the guy in front of me in the middle of Dimitri Martin's next joke, because the first guy finally leaves, and then Dimitri Martin's like, okay, so anyway, sailboats, whatever, you know. And then the guy in front of me goes, take the heckle. It's like, oh
yeah,
God.
I remember someone calling him a baby. I think the guy called him a baby. You're acting like a baby, something like that.
And then, so now
so
Dimitri
annoying.
Martin sits on the ground while the guy in front of me is, you know, I am Sparta. And then some woman goes, this is bullshit, and leaves. And then bunches of people started leaving.
Oh no!
But up to that, it was such a good show. Do you remember John Dora opened and Todd Glass?
I remember Todd Glass, like he even like was talking to Chris James, like in the audience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was like, he was like, is my friend Chris here?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember that.
Cool. Oh,
Wild show.
that makes me so sad. I didn't realize, like I forgot that Dimitri Martin's like one of my favorite
Yeah.
comics, and I just like watched something of his like the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
love him.
Yeah. I know. Flight of Conchord's so good.
Yeah.
Randee, the first time you ever got drunk, what happened and what were you drinking?
Oh, I'll tell the story. Okay, I remember the first time was a house with my brother at a house party, and his friends were like, let's get Randee drunk. And then, but the aftermath of that was my dad found out and held my brother on a pool table and shook him and said, you little fucker.
Wow. I'm
Oh
assuming
my
it's an
God.
older brother.
He's my older brother.
It'd
Yes.
be funny if he was like 8.
Yeah.
Randee, let's get drunk.
But I kind of stood there like, but like also was like, haha, because he was crying. And like me and my brother hated each other. And we always like enjoyed each other's misery.
Oh my God.
But the first time I barfed drunk, because you know how you watch in movies, they're always like, the first time you drink, you'll barf, but you don't. You drink for a long time and then you barf.
Yeah.
But someone had bought all of me and my friends red Bacardi Breezers. Like they're basically syrup.
Hell yeah.
I used to buy those for my brother when he was like 15, because I didn't want him to grow up and drink, and I wanted him to think that that's what alcohol was.
Just
I'd buy him
cough
like the
medicine.
little sweet stuff that's
Just
like
grenadine.
So gross.
right? Then he'll never drink again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh, it's so disgusting.
He's an alcoholic now. Just
How
kidding.
old is he now?
Just kidding.
My brother,
Yeah.
20, I think.
Oh, okay. But so we were all drinking this and everyone got sloshed. I feel like I was the one who was the most there. It was winter, so everyone was like puking in the snow, so it was like red. And and my friend actually messaged me recently, and she was like, she had puked in the toilet at the party, and so I saw and I guess it clogged, and so I went into the bathroom, and then I came out yelling, "Whose period clogged the toilet?" like no chill at all.
Oh my God. Love it.
And so everyone was barfing, and so we all had to get driven back to my friend who had perioded in the toilet. She had not actually, but so my friend pukes in the car, and I'm so drunk that I'm just like, don't worry about it, I'll clean it. So I like go in the house and get like cleaning products, and I'm like, I love it. But then later I puked in the sink. I don't know why, but I'm a sink puker. Like if there's a sink, I'll puke in that.
It
Less
makes more
bending.
sense.
Less
Yeah,
bending,
yeah.
yeah.
And so my friend woke up in the morning and she like comes in and it's just the sink is literally just red. And I had to clean
She's
that
like, who
up.
perioded in the sink?
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm just picturing this party with everyone like projectile vomiting just red.
Yeah.
The Exorcist.
Yeah, totally. It looks like 28 days later.
Yeah. But I guess that's the end of my story. Though after that, I don't know why, but I would always puke in sinks and people would be like,
You got a taste for it.
why?
Well, I mean, it does make sense in that you're not putting your face in the thing everybody shits in.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no splashback.
So
or
much
if it is,
classier.
it's like kitchen sink stuff and not like toilet water splashing up at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I've known some good pukers in the day that are real stealth with it and they can really aim it and then they're fine after. If I throw up, it's emotional. I'm like,
I remember there's this one time.
I call my therapist. I throw up.
We were walking and we were drinking like these warm paps when I was like, I think we were like under 19. And I had just drank too many beers. I wasn't like super drunk or anything, but it didn't sit right.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we were walking down the street and I was kind of hanging around the back. And my boyfriend at the time, he said he just saw me turn and go, bleh. So anyways, they had to be backpedal like, well, hey, hang on a second. Did you just throw up? And I was like, no.
Oh man, I just remembered a great house party story from when I was 15. When I was 13, I got drunk so bad that I didn't drink again until my mid 20s. And then I became like straight edge and like, that was like my identity. It was like, I don't drink, but I still go to parties and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'd just be the sober guy there with like a root beer or something. And I remember that my friend Suzanne, her parents were out of town. So she threw this banger party and they came home early and we're like, what the fuck? But this guy in our school is like notorious for not being able to hold his liquor. Got super hammered, and he was like the first dude I knew to dress in drag. And when we were like 15, that's pretty innovative.
Oh yeah.
And he got like so drunk, and then he made his way up to her parents' bedroom, threw up on their bed, and just fell asleep.
Oh no.
And I was like, Colin, are you okay? And it was a waterbed too.
Oh.
And he was like, Kevvy, you're a good guy. You're a good guy. Cheese everywhere. Oh, guys, you're a good guy. It's funny what happened. And then my friend Sasha came in and she was even drunker. And she's like, Colin, I love you. Leaned on the bed to give him a hug and all the puke. She didn't notice. She's just like leaning in like, I love you guys so much. Just puke all over her. She didn't notice. And then Suzanne's parents came in and they were like, what the fuck? Like just every room they went in was like worse until they got up to their own bedroom and there's this drunk person in drag and puke everywhere. It's great.
Oh no. Of course it was a waterbed.
I'm sober. I'm like, yeah, I didn't do it.
How do people have waterbeds?
My parents had a waterbed and Coral's parents had a waterbed. My best friend that I had on a few episodes back.
Waterbeds went out of style and I think it's probably because it's hard to have fuck on them.
Yeah.
It's got to be impossible.
Yeah.
It's moving with you. No friction.
I guess so. Yeah, that's.
Or they probably leak a lot.
Like if your waterbed pops, you're fucked.
Like I remember for some reason seeing waterbed glue somewhere. So maybe you can patch it up quick. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about waterbeds really.
Yeah. I mean,
they went out in the early 90s, I feel like. I feel like the last time I sat on a waterbed, I was a little kid.
Yeah. It's probably really bad for your back too.
Yeah, I can imagine, right? Like, I mean, it's not like you're floating in water and like nice. It's like you kind of dip in the middle.
Yeah.
Like it's not a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's bad for
I don't know
you.
what the plan was there.
I should have saved that story for your podcast. I just realized that's party one.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I'll just do it again on that one if you have me back. That's my way of plugging your podcast.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I ruined the party again?
Yes.
So you ruined the party again.
You ruined the party again.
Yeah. It's with it's you and my arch nemesis, Bobby Warner.
Why is he your arch nemesis?
Because he bailed day of because on this podcast saying, he was like, I don't know, it's a fucking asshole on Craigslist is selling me his bike. So I came on here and just said it was a Craigslist close encounter.
Yeah. And we still have to have him on, but we haven't yet.
He didn't respond.
Oh, he's very bad at responding to messages. Like on his birthday, I messaged him, happy birthday, even though you don't respond to my messages.
Well, to be fair, he probably can't see them because those are the thickest glasses I've ever seen in my life.
He's going to have to come on for a redemption moment.
He's got 2-liter Coke bottles on his face. I love you, Bobby. Bobby's so funny.
Yeah.
I really think he's really
Bobby's
funny.
really funny.
He's actually the perfect co-host for you. Like,
he is.
Like you guys are just both wonderfully cynical.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's great.
Okay. Well, listen to Randee's podcast and listen to her album when it comes out.
Yeah. My album's called Bad Baby.
I didn't know that. I love that.
Yeah.
It's so great.
I changed it because I actually always call people bad babies when when they're bad, but I still like them. Like I call Bobby a bad baby.
He's definitely a bad
all
baby.
The time.
Yeah. Plus, you're just a huge Dr. Phil fan, right?
I don't know what that
Huge
means.
Danielle Bregoli.
Oh yeah, because I heard she has like a name like that.
That's her rap name is Bad Baby.
Oh, yeah.
BHAD.
B.
Yeah, I don't know. Those H's and stuff in it.
BII.
I actually want to Google search what she's doing now.
She's rapping, isn't
I
she?
heard people actually like her.
Yeah.
Her career.
What was she now? 16?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Crazy.
Apparently her music is good. I don't know.
Yeah?
That's what I've heard.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness for her mom enabling her bad behavior.
Yeah.
Really
yeah.
worked out
Bad
for everybody.
baby behavior.
Bad baby behavior. Maybe that's the title. No, I like the other one. Okay, Randee, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Bye.
Shout out to that guy up there.
Roof guy.
Roof guy.